The Victory Bell can go ahead and extend its lease for at least another year in Chapel Hill, with Carolina coming out on top for the 5th consecutive time in the rivalry game against Duke, delivering yet another classic with the Tar Heels winning 47-45 in double OT. From UNC's perspective, starting with the good most importantly, they won. And they won in spite of coaching. I'm watching overtime, and my first thought is Drake May and Omarion Hampton are going to have to drag this coaching staff to the finish line, and they did. First team, all-conference type players made plays when it mattered most. Hampton specifically, the turnaround we've witnessed from year 1 to year 2 is about as big a leap as I can remember, with him establishing himself as the ACC's best back, and tonight he became the 6th UNC running back to record 5 consecutive 100-yard games, which was last accomplished by Gio Bernard in 2011. The only thing that can stop him, it's play calling, because when Carolina remembers that they have Omarion Hampton, they are pretty good. It's a crazy concept, I know, try to keep up. Handing the ball off to the best running back in the conference, it works. And that's only amplified when UNC struggles in the red zone, where they get away from that strategy when you have a back that has shown a tendency to fall forward and pick up those tough yards. The Philadelphia Eagles have gotten people to fall in love with the idea of the tush push, but Carolina's offensive line isn't Philadelphia's, and Drake May isn't Jalen Hurts. Know your personnel. UNC had 9 red zone attempts to Duke's 4. That's a game you have to win handily, and I feel like I can confidently say watching this, if Carolina and Duke traded coaching staffs, UNC puts Duke away in the first half, and instead you're watching Connor Harrell in that fourth quarter and not begging for Drake May to go magician mode, bailing you out yet again behind an offensive line that can't really protect. There's hope there for the offense because of those playmakers. I don't have that same level of confidence for the defense. Just look at the stats Duke had in the fourth quarter alone. 22 points, 202 yards on 7.5 yards per play. When they needed a stop with under 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, Duke went down in 9 plays for 75 yards in 1 minute and 14 seconds. It would be absurd if it wasn't expected. A third-string quarterback for Duke got them to 45 points, and if you don't think results like this will continue to happen, you are living in denial, and a performance like this is where Duke can control the line of scrimmage, doesn't really bolster the confidence with a trip to Death Valley against a revitalized Clemson team next up on the docket. Final shout out to Noah Burnett, tying a school record with 6 field goals. Normally an afterthought, he's developed into a really reliable weapon for this UNC team when they do stall out, and they got to overtime behind his leg in a clutch moment. And finally, stop policing kids on when they can and can't storm the field. Double overtime win in a rivalry game. That looked like a ridiculous amount of fun. And on homecoming night, I'm glad the students got a memory like that they can look back on fondly a decade or so from now. From Kenan Stadium, I'm Taylor Vippolis, signing off for Inside Carolina.